Hey, what's up, everybody? So, welcome to the next installment of my question and answer series. Like I told you guys in the last video, I'm going to try and mix up the environment every time, change it up a little bit. Today, we are sitting in my media area slash sleeping area. This is a futon that I fold down and sleep on, but I also use it as like a seating area for people to watch movies and play Xbox and stuff. This is where I play my Xbox One. Like I told you in the last video, I'd play some Grand Theft Auto, I play some Battlefield. I play a lot of things, but those are like my two favorites. So today we are going to take a look at some Instagram questions. Have 505 here to choose from, so lots of options. If you didn't know about my Instagram, it's at COOP3RDRUMM3R. COOP3RDRUMM3R. It'll be on the video and it'll be in the description. So let's get started here. Mike Mendoza wants to know if I play any sports. So, if you mean just like play sports, then yes. If you mean like on a team or recreationally, like in a rec league or for like high school or something. Well, I'm not in high school anymore, so that wouldn't count. But I don't play on any like official teams anymore. But I do play a lot of sports. Like I said in the last video, I like to play some tennis. That's just a fun game to run around on the court and you can play with your friends and you don't need a baseball field or anything. I do like to play some baseball. I love playing the outfield, running around, catching the ball. I also play a little bit of basketball, not a lot, and some soccer. I played soccer in high school my freshman year. Started on the varsity squad. We were a new school though, so it wasn't like a big deal to start on the varsity squad because I wasn't ever really that good, but I was fast, sort of. I don't know. But yeah, so those are like my main sports. Fun fact, my dad named me Casey Cooper because, well, Cooper because it's my last name, but Casey Cooper because he thought it would be an awesome quarterback name. And I never played a single down of football because if you look at me, I'm not really football material. But it's fun to throw the ball around a little bit. Next, Nick Yoshi wants to know marching snare or marching tenor and why. Well, marching snare because it's light. No, I'm just kidding. Marching tenors. I played tenors all 4 years in high school, and I played tenors my first year at Georgia State. And I love tenors. I love the six drums. Every tenor set that I played had six drums. So I just really love that ability to play all those notes and the crossovers and the scrapes and it's like playing a drum set that you move around with, having the different tonalities and stuff. All right, let's see what's next. Here's one. A lot of people ask this question. Before you got really famous, how did you afford all your drums? Really famous is pushing it. I don't know if I'm really famous, but in terms of affording things, I worked a lot. For 2 summers, I worked at Turner Field, home of the Atlanta Braves, the baseball team, as a concession supervisor, which made pretty good money. And I worked a lot. There were some weeks where I would work like 80 hours. One week I worked almost 100 hours. So I got paid a decent wage, and then everything over that is, of course, overtime. So there were some weeks where I was bringing home close to like $1,000 in a week. And so for someone in college without really any expenses, I was able to take that money and put it towards equipment. That's how I bought recording equipment. That's how I bought cameras. That's how I bought drum stuff. So that's really where a lot of it came from, was working really hard when I didn't have a lot of responsibility, a lot of things to pay for, in order to save up for and buy the things that I really needed for music. Judd Schulner, that's not a name, I think it's just a username. What is the absolute best thing about drums? I would say the best thing about drums is like there's not really like a right way to do it. Cuz like you can play a certain instrument, like say you play like trumpet or something. Like you really have to have a specific embouchure. You have to wait, is embouchure brass. I don't see. That's why I'm a drummer. I don't even remember if embouchure's brass or woodwinds. But you have to do your mouth in a certain way, and if you don't do your mouth in a certain way, then you're not really going to be able to play the instrument. Well, when you play drums, yeah, there's good technique. There's definitely good technique. Not saying that you don't need good technique or there's like ways to do it without good technique. But at the same time, like there's people who play like this. There's people who play like this. There's people who play traditional. There's people who play match. There's people who play left-handed on the kit. There's people who play right-handed on the kit. There's people who play open-handed. There's people who play traditional. It's like there's just so many ways to do it, and you kind of do it however you really want to do it. Now, good technique is going to make you better. It's gonna help you out and everything, and it's going to make you more prone to be safe with the way you play. You're not going to hurt yourself and all of that. But at the same time, once you have good technique, you can play in so many different ways, and it's just fun. It's like, do it the way you want to do it. You want to be a heavy, crazy drummer? Be a heavy, crazy drummer. You want to play light? Be a light drummer. You want to be, you want to make weird faces while you play? You can do that. You know, it's funny. Let's find another good one here. How many sticks have you broken? That is a unanswerable question, but I can say that downstairs I have a set of drawers, and like the drawers like this big, like that deep, and like that deep as well, and it is full of broken sticks. So whatever that is, I could count them, but I'm not going to. It's a lot. I've broken a lot of sticks. What is the biggest drum set you have ever played? Coming from Brennan _is. Brennan is. The biggest drum set I have ever played, personally, would be my Mega Kit. I put that together for a special 400th video, and that was a combination of a 7-piece Pearl Export EXX kit, the one that I used in the Pearl promo videos, and then the one that I've used in my videos countless times. And then that is paired with the Pearl ePro Live drum set, which you just saw in my last question and answer video. That's what I was sitting behind. Those two drum sets together, so that'd be 12 drums. Then those 12 drums plus, I believe I had 22 or 23 cymbals going. I was basically like all the New Zildjian cymbals that I just gotten to show you guys. K-Custom hybrids, A's, my A customs, and pair that with some Oriental Trash China's effects cymbals. I had like a little quad splash thing going on in front of me, so it was huge. I had a double rack set up and everything. I'll post a picture on the video so you guys can see it, and I'll link to the video. Now, it was so big that like I couldn't even really play on it. Like I felt kind of stupid playing on it because it's just like, this is the kind of kit that like Neil Peart or Mike Mangini or like someone like really, 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 really good would sound awesome on. But someone like me, like who's more about grooving and more about just jamming out, like I don't really know what to do with all that stuff. Like it's too much, you know? That's why a lot of times I'll scale it back to like small kits, because you don't really need all that much to have fun and play. Let's see. Mike Alio 220 wants to know, are you self-taught or did you take lessons when you were younger? I am pretty much self-taught for the most part. I had a couple of lessons, like couple's probably the wrong word, probably like 4 to 8 lessons when I was like very starting out, and then we just kind of didn't continue that. But for the most part, I would say I'm self-taught on drum set, but I'm not self-taught at music. And that is what I really think is really important to me, and what makes me the musician I am today is my time in school. I was in middle school band, I was in high school band, and I was in college band. All of that is so important and so vital to learning pretty much for free. Like when you're in middle school and high school, like, they don't charge you to be in band really. They charge you to be in marching band, like band fees and stuff, but you can fundraise for it. It's not like, you know, you're paying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to be in band. it's provided by the school for the most part. And so take advantage of that. Get in there, learn an instrument, learn to read music. For me, that's the difference between me being able to just play drums and me understanding music in theory and being able to play melodic percussion, being able to play piano, a little bit of saxophone, and understand music. Like when someone says a music term to me, like if someone were to like accelerando, like some people might not know what that is unless you've been in music, or that one's a little bit easier. Like decrescendo, like not everyone knows what decrescendo means if you haven't been in music. But it's just like that ability to speak in musical terms, that ability to read music, all of that's really important. All right, let's do one more here. Gonna make it a good one. All right, so Nate White wants to know, why do you keep your hat so low? That is, I guess, a good question. I mean, it's probably, people wonder why, so I guess it is a good question. It's personal preference, of course. It's just what I like to do. I feel comfortable with my hats right there. Personally, I have long arms, so when I play, if I'm sitting up, I don't want to have to lift my arms higher than I need to in order to play something. Like I don't want to be playing like the hi-hats up here. I want my arms to be where they feel natural. And so when I play the hi-hats, this feels natural right about here. And I also try and keep everything as close together as possible in terms of like the hi-hat to the snare, the first tom, the floor tom, everything's like the same kind of level, and it's easily to get between things. Lately, a couple of my setups have been kind of crazy because I had the tri-tom set up, rack tom here, floor tom back over here. So like there's big reaches in between everything. But the hi-hat and snare, I always want to keep it close because it's just like that's your groove, that's your pocket. You want to keep that together. You want to just be able to like have that solid and close to you and really have complete control over it. So that's why I keep the hats low. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Question and Answer. Make sure you subscribe for when you know the next one's coming out, because it'll put it up on your feed and everything. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Check out some of the new videos. I've got a bunch of cool stuff coming. I don't know when I'm going to post this, but I'm doing so much cool stuff right now. Probably is when this is posting, like during the time that I'm recording a bunch of really cool videos and doing a bunch of awesome stuff. If you check out my Instagram, you check out my Facebook, all of that, I'm going to be posting and telling you guys about what I'm doing and making sure you're up to date so you can kind of figure out what it is that I'm doing, and hopefully it inspires you to get behind a kit and have some fun. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.